Good morning, Sim fans. Racing 393. I did a test video yesterday of GTR, the FIA or the official FIA GT game on PC from about 2005. So I thought I'd give this a go. What I found is the game. I had the game on disc, got the original. But I couldn't get it to work. I mean, there's a patch that you have to download and a no CD patch because it has a CD key with it. With that in mind, I decided to repurchase it on Steam because it's already patched. The problem with that is the original game had licenses for cars, and Ferrari and Porsche had expired. So if you got the original game on disc and got the patch, the Porsches and Ferraris would be in the game, all liveried up and everything. However, on the Steam version, the cars were in the game, but they were like blacked out, or just one silhouette, which is rubbish. And considering how many Ferrari and Porsches there are, the whole game is basically them. So that was pretty crap. So anyway, I downloaded the patch, no CD patch, and it's all working. So what I'm going to do today is, yesterday you'll notice I did like a quick sort of test run around Donington Park. And it's really surprising how this game's aged. 2005, so what's that? 12 years ago? You know, a PC that I had that run this 12 years ago is nowhere near what I've got today. I seem to remember running it flat out, you know, all the options up. I'm trying to think what wheel I had at the time. I can't remember now. I must have had a Thrustmaster or some form, something. And it was good then. The game was really intuitive, and because it's an official product, which I like. I do like official products and licenses. It mimicked the 2004-5, I think, GT series of that era. So we move on 12 years. You can think about the games that we've got now. One that sort of springs to mind, Race Room, which is Studio 397. Formerly, well, my understanding is some of the Simbin employees moved over to Race Room, from my understanding. But also Simbin's been reborn. I don't know what the word is. I don't know if they were still. I don't know if they were gone or they were still there. But they're going to bring out a new GT game in. You'd have to forgive me. I can't remember the exact release date. I can't remember now. It's either going to be next year or the year after. But I've seen bits and pieces on ISR TV, and it's excellent. It looks really good. I can't wait for that. Obviously going to incorporate the new DirectX DX11. That's how you say it. So that'll be something to look forward to. So anyway, excuse me. I'm going to do like a quick run. Now you can see the car I was using yesterday was that one. I'm not even sure what that is, I'll be honest. But it sounded really good. You can see here I've got Donington Park, and I've got a full grid of classes. Now if I go to the circuit, you can see some track. It's not like an abundance of tracks in here. I mean, there's plenty on download on mods and stuff. This game's not modded in any way at the moment. It could do. So we've got the proverbial Barcelona, which is in a lot of games. Magny-Cours, which isn't in most games. I don't. I remember the track from Formula 1 era, but it was never one of my favourites. Although it looks a good track when you look at it like that. But I don't know. I don't really remember much about that one. Edna. I've never ever driven that. In fact, the only time that I remember that track is on some of the Havoc videos. I've never driven it in a sim. Bruno, yeah, that's not Frank, but yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bruno, I don't know, but that's in some games I know. So is Donington Park, definitely is, and Spa is in every game that's ever existed, I would think. And Astorp, well, that's just been released on Race Room. It was in GT Legends, which I'll do a video on that as well soon, because that looks absolutely amazing and sounds fantastic, although there are some problems with it which I can go into when I do that one. Otterleben, that could be in Race Room from memory. I can't remember. Maybe I've never been on it. So that's another good one. Estoril, generally not in games as a standard, but modded. I think it's in Automobilista on the one of the F1 mods. One of my favourite tracks. Interestingly, I just want to go through that. This is the old layout, and the same as Spa. It's got the bus stop on it, which when I first went down there, I wondered what was going on. I forgot I was still on the new layout. So it's interesting doing two different layouts. The Monza's changed as well, with the chicanes go the other way. On this one it goes left. Let me think. On the new one it goes right and then left, isn't it? On the old version, I don't know. I'm looking at this now. Maybe this is the old version. There's a thing there. The old Monza used to go left at the first chicane. I seem to remember. It's on a game. I can't think what game that was on now. I was on it the other day actually. And various different sort of times of the day for Spa, which is not night time, dawn and dusk, or midday, or dawn, dusk, night. A couple of fictitious oval there, which I've not been on. I don't even know if ViewSonic's an actual track. Could be. Never heard of it. Never been on it. Anything else? That's it. So, just showing you, going through the tracks. Car. I'll keep that car there, but you can see we've got all these different GT cars, and then it has the proverbial one make series, it would seem, which is quite neat. I mean, there's plenty to try on here, but it's really good. I didn't realise it was this in depth. I mean, this game's, I don't know why I didn't play it as much. Maybe I did, or maybe my PC back then didn't run it as well. So I was trying to upgrade the PC and never really got around to doing it. Anyway, that's what we're at. So we've got the changeable weather. We've only got 17 minutes. Maximum opponents. 97 strength. Aggression is real. Got funny ones on here. We've got like angry. Does that mean every? That seems a bit of a weird one. Angry, psychotic. What's all that about? Clean, timid. I mean, they're different wordings, aren't they? I suppose. But I put real because it's a sim in there, isn't it? Right, all set to go. Not round 5, but we're doing round 5, round Donington, in the GT, or full grid of GT cars. If I show you what class I'm in, let's go forward, let it load. One of the noticeable things about this game is the sounds. The only reason I'm using this one again is because I really do like that V8 sound. And another feature. Yesterday I did it in the rain, and didn't realise that I was out on slicks. I find that hard in games at the moment that actually simulate the fact that, you know, you shouldn't be out on slicks in the wet, and then going on slicks in the wet, how much difference that is and what it feels like. I find games find that tricky to try and get over on a sim, but this works really well. Not that you should go out on slicks in the wet, but there we go. So you'll see here, I am in... Well, actually, I'm in my own little class. I never realised that till now. A G2 class. I wonder what that means then. I've also got GT, NGT. And these names are really quite important, and they're sort of the era. Just some things that I can go through that I know. Mike Hesmans. The reason I sort of know of him, my understanding that he was to do with... This is something I remember reading from years ago. I could be wrong. I mean, don't quote me on this. But Hesmans used to be to do with the tuning of the 100cc air-cooled Rotax engines that they used to use in karting that I had. And Hesmans or Heisman's tuned Rotaxes were kind of the in thing in the 80s. So I'm sure that might be something to that. Bobby Verdon Rowe, I know he used to do karting back in the day, even when I did. Emmanuel Collard, I remember him in the karting magazines. He used to win everything. He was really good. I don't know what's happened to him now. I suppose I have to look him up. The other names on here, yeah, Christian Reed. I seem to remember that one. Mike Jordan. I'm sure that isn't. Is it the Mike Jordan, like Andy Jordan's dad from Touring Cars, or was that just a coincidence? I'm not familiar with any other names in there, apart from me, of course, but fictitious. Yeah, so interesting. These, I think, these obviously being an official product. These are actual drivers. I suppose it wasn't mainstream TV at the time, so it's not something that you might not be familiar with, I guess. So here we go. So I'm not doing the whole 42 minutes. I can assure you. It seems that's hot, isn't it? 100 degrees. That would never get to that temperature over here, would it? Ambient as well. If that was the ambient, the track would be like 150 degrees odd, wouldn't it? I don't know if you can change that. I don't think so, because I haven't looked into that actually, the weather conditions. Anyway, we'll start session. One thing you will notice, or hear, is the sound's amazing on this. Right, I'm going to use. I've got my clutch. I've got my. I'm not using paddle shift. If you look over, I'll always look. It's got an actual shift on the car, which looks a bit weird. It's at a slight angle, but it would suggest that it's like a gated shifter rather than a sequential. So I'm actually going to be using my H pattern, all Fanatic again, CSL Elite as usual, and load cell pedals, and my Fanatic H pattern shifter. So I'm just trying to get my volumes at the right level. Hoping you can hear me. That's the problem when you sort of record stuff and you go back to it and then you can't hear anything. So here we go. So put the pit limiter on. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, I've got another thing. Sorry, I'm shouting. Another thing, I've got like HUDs on, but there's nothing on there at all, apart from my dash. So we'll let a few of these cars past, get used to the handling again. Bit of heel and toe again. I mean, I like the sound of this car. Stay wide here. The Lister's coming past. And the Chrysler will dodge. Find that the you've got to get the heel and toe more right, otherwise it don't work. What an underrated game. You can hear like the deep V8 sound, the straight cut gearbox, and I did that on my demo run. In fact, that corner is a nightmare. Problem is, I was actually left foot braking then. Oh, it's slowing down a bit much there, which is good, I suppose. So I do a couple of laps in practice qualifying. The steering feels really good. As good as the other games of today. There's quite a lot of body roll and movement. I'm just a bit attentive at the moment while I'm talking. If I do a proper lap, I might have to stay quiet. Sometimes my heel and toe isn't quite synced, just something I'm trying to get used to. But the sound, the gearbox, brilliant. Graphics, you know, as good as anything else. You get good sort of feedback through the wheel over the curbs. So there, it wasn't quite as smooth with my gear changes. I do struggle a little bit. I'll try a proper lap now. Try not to spin. Right, I'll try now. Let's try and put a lap in. Through the corner curves. Over rev there, but tentative through that bit then. Dunlop on bridge. Don't think that's there anymore.
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Forgot to change gear then. To listen to my bloody crew. Oh, that was close. That's ruined that lap. Having quite good fun, so I might as well give it another go, eh? Another good feature is the screen. You know, you can get bits that stick to it. You can see the screen. You can see where there's some grease and grime, slight build-up. Well, that's quite neat. You got to remember, 12 years ago this game was. Hard then, that one. Almost missed my braking point. Don't think there's anyone behind me. Not yet. I missed my braking. Oh, that was my fault. There's a reason, well, two things. Not that you should be going on there, but the grass feels really real. It's something you don't want to go on. It's got no traction. The reason I went off then is when I looked behind me, there's some like smoke coming off the road, which I've done again. I don't know what that was. Or smoke out of my engine. Or there's dust on the track. I don't know. Try another one. Let's try it. Another lap. And then that'll be it. Now the Craner curves, in theory, are flat out, but not in this. See, that gear shift down wasn't smooth then. There's a car behind me, I can hear. Still up slightly. This corner yet. A bit wide there.
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
So that'll do that one. 141.1. Pull over. Not going to go right round and go into the pits. So return to garage. Yeah, miles off, but yeah, it's gone down. Track temperature's gone up. Dry. So there's a thing up there. Oh yeah, we can do next session. Which is the race. It's still got all the features on here with timing. You can flick to sector time to see, you know, what the problem is. I mean, I'm still off the pace there, but you know, it's interesting to see your sectors. If you were quick, if you see what I mean. It's got a Motec or model information. It tells you what cars are there. As far as the team, I think that's probably quite interesting. Oh, there I am. I'm a Gillette. Model information. Gillett teams, a Vertigo Sterif. I've never heard of that. I've never even heard of that car. Ever. So I don't know. I haven't got a clue what that is. Now these ones, you can understand Chrysler, Lister, Porsche. I mean, is it a... I mean, is that like what that would be? A 911, so that's like a whatever that is, and a Gillett. It must be that. It must be a Gillett. What? Oh, what? Isn't that what chickens have at the bottom of their heads? Well, it's gizzards. Is it? I don't know. Oh, bloody hell, I'll have to look that up. Right. Next session is race, 12 laps. It's dry. Track temperature's gone down. The ambient's got colder. That's more like England. I'm just going to go into the setup. So I've got my soft slicks on. Stops. I don't need any pit stops. I don't need that many laps. So it's 12. Oops. Don't suppose it really matters. I'll just make sure I don't run out of fuel. All these settings can be very similar to what the other games have been in its time. We've got GTI 2, GTI Evolution, Race Room. We've also got the GT Legends, going back to this era. GT Evolution, Race On. All those kind of ones, which I probably do. If you've got any particular ones you want me to do of that era, I've got most race games. If I haven't, then I can always get it. Right. Setup 2 has all the other stuff. I'm not touching any of that. You know, it doesn't make a lot of difference at this point. So we'll start. The good feature here, which I like, is it scans through the whole grid, which I'll let it do, because it gives you an idea of what cars are there. You can see that they've got these GT cars up the front, the Ferraris and the Listers and so on and so forth. You could argue that, you know, it's not running super smooth, but you know, hey, I'm not going to complain about that. I think this is a good little neat feature. We can see my car right in the back in a minute. It's a couple of Ferraris, some Chryslers, some Porsches. I mean, they've got good liveries. They're the official liveries as well of the time. And the wheels are highly detailed. You know, they actually look like aluminium wheels, which is neat, especially those Porsches there, look. And then it comes up to the back, and from memory it should spin round. There we go. Yeah, neat. I like that. So we've got a formation lap, which I won't do with it, just to show you. I mean, so we can press the space bar to come out of that. I suppose you could like warm your tyres up. If I had a HUD on, it would tell me what my tyre temps were. But looking at that, it looks like the pace car right up ahead there, I think. I don't know. There's a big gap between the grid and... I could be wrong. So, skip that. So here we go. Change gear. Let's see if we can last. Or come last. Or go off. That is so slippery on there. Right, concentrate now.
In Sector 2. Yellow flag in
That's
Sector
it.
2.
Oh, shit. Get out of it late, isn't it? Porsche's going to beat me down to the chicane. Had no grip then when I was trying to brake. Felt really quite, the inertia felt quite good. I mean, AI is at 97%, and I've not really played this game, so I'm not that familiar with the handling model at the moment. In theory, I should be able to keep up with these Porsches, I would have thought. Bit of an over rev again there. This corner can be a bit tricky. See my skid marks then that were still there from the previous lap. That's neat as well. I know a lot of games do that. And the other thing is they seem to have modelled the tyre model really well. You know, at the beginning there was hardly any grip, and now plenty. Oh my god! Apart from there, that corner always catches me out. Let's go a bit slower into there, I think. The thing is, with GT racing, it's more distance and endurance, isn't it? Cars should technically be heavier than perhaps a sprint race, as it were. Getting away from here, I'm afraid. So much curve there. I'll get lapped in a minute. The leaders. About the 100-yard board is where you spin. Oh my god! Is where you should brake. Is what I'm supposed to say. I've got to learn how to race and talk. I only touched the grass a bit then. way ahead of him now. Let's see if we can get Craner a bit quicker. Famous last words. Oh, I had to feather then a little bit. This one again, fun. Not sure what this corner's called, but it's bloody hard to see as well. Down to the 100. I tell you what, I find it hard to believe how good this game is. My just so you know, my DOR's at 500. A bit too tentative at that one, I think now. Craner curves again. Let's see if we can get it a bit that feathering. I don't know this time. I wasn't flat. It wasn't a particularly great line through there, to be honest. Sixth. No, too fast. No, that's not going to work. No way. So this game, if you again, if you've got this game, I highly recommend you give it a go. Works on Windows 10 PCs. As you can see, it runs. There's plenty of mods out for it. If you're into that, skins and other tracks. Give a better line through there then. And I can't wait for the new game to come out. So much for keeping up with the pace. Sixth gear is a bit long on this one. Try again. There's a lot of gears to come down. Hard work. Here are the leaders. That'll be interesting. No blue flags though. I'll let them through. I can. Sounds of the other cars are amazing as well. The only time you see cars on my videos is when I get lapped. So there's one line through the Craner curves here. Oh my god, was there room there? I'm trying to let him through. Oh, on his way now. He won't be happy. Go through. Another one. Don't hit no curves. Car does not like curves, I found. So how many laps is that then? I've only got laps for fuel for 4 laps now. The car, you can see the dirt on the window building up. Missed the gear then. If you don't get the heel and toe right, the gear, it mucks the gear up as well. In theory, if I'm the only one in my class, that means I might win my class. The G2 class. Sorry, I was actually not looking then, believe it or not. This is like the build up on the screen, it's pretty neat. That smoke's gone out the back, so that must be tyre, the track degrading. At the beginning, oh, sorry. Oh, don't go off! Oh my god, he's gone off. Stalled as well. Held up the whole grid. Sorry. Can't hear my spotter now. This is going to be dicey. Well, there's no blue flags, so... Oh, he's gone off again. Oh. Went offline a little bit then. Does not like the gravel. There we go. It doesn't like going off the tyres. So that's been simmed simulated into the game really, really well. Offline there as well. He doesn't like it, see? Slow, isn't it? Do the decent thing. Oh, Friday lost his control then. The tyres are wearing out as well. Soft tonight. Probably let him pass in this bit. You can see that I'm, you know, my car's not that far off the pace with these lot. I don't know whether I've got wipers on the car. I haven't mapped them. Doesn't like that. There's a bump there. Caught me out. Going offline is a very bad thing. Is that the end of the race now?
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Can hear him then. Couldn't hear him before. Can't be that many more laps left. I'm trying to look at my dash. It isn't really telling me much at the moment. It's gone off again. Oh man. Exactly the same point as before. Doesn't want to come out of there. Wow. Now I know that going off is an idiot thing to do, but they've simulated it, like the field, amazingly. You see my windscreen's really dirty now. So let me know what you think. Well, not of my driving, it just doesn't want to turn now. Of the game. Oh, it's even then. Too much. All going in. Does that mean it's game over now?
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
So, game finish. race finish, return to the
Yellow
pits.
flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 1.
There's one there. So he must have crashed. Must have crashed after the race. So I'll take it round, give it a sort of bit of a rundown. So, ignore my driving. I'm just doing this for the game. 2005, this game was released. 12 years ago. The sound is probably, you know, as like Race Room. That's renowned to have the best sounding race game in a sim. The force feedback on this is incredible. Considering this wheel's like a really current wheel, my Fanatics, a new age wheel, and the game is like eons behind. It feels amazing. You can see here that it's got. You can see there that G-force effects on there, which I've got on, and it's got some like cabbing movement. If you see that. It is the front of the car there is moving on the suspension. That's neat. It sort of feels the curbs really well. Another car there off, look. Does that mean they've run out of fuel? So technically they haven't finished. My skid marks are still there, look, that's good. I'm going to have a look in a minute when I've finished of if I can map the wipers. I can't remember if it has got wipers on there or not, because I can see the screen's got an oil. Oh, have I got to go in there? Is that the pits? No. Pay attention. There's another one over there, look, Porsche. It says he hasn't made it back. I wonder what that gap was there anyway, by the way. Someone stopped here, didn't they? Yeah, they did, and they're still there. So we'll go into the pits. See how they've simulated this.
Pit limiter on.
It is on, although I don't know it's on. I just know I've pushed the button for pit limiter. They're not very good at parking, are they? I don't even know where I should park, saying that. I've got no pit man, no one telling me where to go. Because I'm a one-man team, I don't know where I'm supposed to park. And all this is just like a quick run, finish up. Is that it there? No, that's a Porsche garage. It's not that one. Is there anything up there? Ferrari. Porsche. No. Maybe another garage. What's this end one? Is that mine? Shall I go in there? Here we go. This is my driving instructor now. That seems miles away there. I'll try and reverse on the. I'll try and reverse on my mirror. See if I can get it in. He's in. I don't know if I go back in there. Don't know if I need to, do I? Well, not that, it's not that neat and tidy, but I don't know why I'm even doing this, but I just think it's neat. We can get right in. There we go. I'm right. I'm right in. I'm in. There we go. Right. I mean, I'm well impressed with that. I've got to say. I know this has gone on a little bit, but I felt, you know, let's get a proper like overhaul of the game. Very, very underrated. I'd go as far as to say this is better than a lot of modern games. I mean, I've got all the F1 games. I know they're good. They're not like this. Nowhere near as good as this. So, and they're coming out like last year, year before. Well, last year's F1 game was alright, and the year before that. But you go back to like 2010? Is it 12, 14? Although the games are good on console, I've got them on. It's not like this. It's I've got autopilot. I didn't even know it had that on there. Could have perhaps done that. Done that for the whole race. I might have done better then. Quit. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, that's me being sad because I didn't finish. So at least these people didn't finish because they crashed on the down lap, like DNF. If they didn't finish, how comes they're still ahead of me then? Well, at least I wasn't last. Best lap times. Yeah, I'm way off. So GTR, the original GTR, FIA. Official FIA game for the PC, 2005, Simbin. In my opinion, it's got fantastic graphics. The sound's amazing. The handling model's really good. The tyre model is unbelievable. I mean, I've been playing the other games, Race Room and Setacall, all those games, for hours. I have put immense hours into those, so I know them very, very well. Automobilista, say Race Room. What else is there? Can't think of the top. The other GT games from like Race On and the other GTR 2, GTR Evolution. This one for tyre model stands out a mile. You must try this game for that alone, because if you've not played it for a while, you'll get so used to the tyre modelling of now, of all the modern stuff, which is extremely good. You can't knock it. And clearly, you should put it. Is it better than this? Is it better than this? I mean, yeah. I mean, I suppose it is. It is, but this is a pretty. I mean, if this game came out this year, or last year, or year before, 5 years ago, you'd be impressed. 12 years ago, I mean, what was it? 12 years ago. What do we have then? Still had the 360. PS4 was out then. The graphics cards and PCs were nowhere near what they are now. So that's why I'm impressed with this game, because of its age. I suppose if it had come out last year, or so on and so forth, it perhaps wouldn't be quite as well received compared to what's around. But even then, if this was the game that came out a couple of years ago, compared to Race Room and the most common stuff, I think this fares really, really well. So overall, if you've got this game, put it on. It will run on Windows 10. Of course, it runs really well. Everything maxed out. You've got nothing problems with your DirectX or any sort of graphical glitches. And let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the game. You can leave comments below, and let me know if you wanted me to do any particular games, any of the race games. I'll do a talk through again with that, and particular models of cars and tracks, and I'll do my best to get a bit of knowledge on it and drive around and give my thoughts. I'm not the world's greatest sim racer, probably never will be. It is harder to talk and race, but it's something maybe I'll get better with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I do apologise it's gone on for a bit, but I'll see you on the next video. Before I go, I better make sure I cancel my recording, or you'll hear me cough and splutter. See you next time.